The time is just gone 8:20 a.m. on News and Views this morning on Salam Media, and we're also coming to you live on Al Ansar 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. And we are coming to you live on some of the other platforms. You can actually view us right now on facebook.com/Salam Media and follow us on all the other social media sites, Twitter, Instagram, and also on YouTube. Any comments, suggestions you have, please WhatsApp us on 061 766 We are kicking off this morning looking at Lenasia and looking at the informal traders in Lenasia who are being relocated from the taxi rank to the parking area. And this is behind the Jamia Masjid in Lenasia. Now, this has created quite a bit of discussion, quite a bit of debate. And this morning, we are going to be joined by three people. We're going to be talking with Zarina Motala, who is the City of Johannesburg's PR councillor. We also will be talking with Mohammed Saliji, who is the spokesperson for the Lenasia Business Forum and representing the informal traders. We've got Ms. Mulalo Kopa Mahopa, and she will be representing the informal traders. But right now, we're going across to be joined firstly by Zarina Motala. Zarina, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to one and all, and a Jummah Mubarak to all.
Jummah Mubarak to you as well. And we're also joined this morning by Mohammed Saliji. Mohammed, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and jazakallah for having us on your program, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all the esteemed listeners of Salam Media.
Right, and we still have got the representative from the informal traders who will be joining us shortly. But Zarina, I'd like to start off with you, and obviously this decision that was taken to relocate the informal traders from the taxi rank to the Jamia Masjid. If you could just give us some background as to some of the issues, what are some of the reasons why this development had to take place?
Jazakallah. I think let's go from the start, brothers and listeners. The city's intention to upgrade the Lenasia CBD was taken about 2 years ago. So I'd like to start there. I think if we look at the condition of the CBD in its entirety, okay, is crime and grime. It's really not a pleasant picture. Not for anybody, whether you live in Lenasia, whether you trade, or whether you're shopping, or you have a business there. So this decision was taken, and there was consultation. At the time, you had Councillor Badal, that was the ward councillor. I myself attended, I think, 1 or 2 meetings with stakeholders. So where we are now, to fast forward at this point, okay? Under the current conditions with COVID, it made it extremely difficult, I think, for consultation to an extent that you could have incorporated a lot of people and the important stakeholders. So that made it extremely difficult. Where we currently are now and what had happened, and we had just seen the day before, I think on Wednesday, where JDA moved containers into the Jamia parking lot. This decision was not taken, and I think the people, the immediate people that live there and trade there, were not consulted. And this is when I think I was inundated with calls, and Brother Muhammad and we were all anxious, and nobody knew what was going on. Because the relocation was not discussed and approved through JDA, nor was the regional director contacted either. So there was no sign off for the relocation. However, after yesterday's discussions and meeting, what we do see is that there was consultation with the people of the Lenasia United Taxi Association, which we call LUTA. And looking at their dynamics and their transport streams, it just seemed easier to be relocated to the Jamia parking lot while they're busy with construction on phase 1 of the upgrade of the taxi rank and the CBD. So this is really where we're at. But I think we must all recognize that the kind of injection and money coming to the CBD, I think after Brother Muhammad hosted a meeting yesterday with stakeholders, we must welcome this, because we all know the current condition is totally unpleasant for everybody. So we welcome this, but at the same time, simultaneously there has to be proper discussion. And this is really where we're at. I think we started off, Brother Mohammed, on a very heated argument yesterday and discussion. But I think after moving the entire meeting to the site has given us all a kind of view. And thank you for chairing that meeting so well and giving everyone an opportunity to speak. And I think what we really call for, I think I would say as a public rep, as a community rep, where I represent our community. And when I say our community, I mean everybody, irrespective of race, political affiliation, color, or creed, or stakeholder, that there was a very good discussion. And I think going forward, there's going to be further consultation. I did have a discussion with the regional director, and I think he's meeting with the JDA later today to find out how much more they can intensify their consultation. And that would really put us on a way forward. But I think with all this, we really ask for mutual respect from all sides and all stakeholders. And we're going to need extreme tolerance for the next year while this project sees its completion, for everybody to work together for the benefit of every single stakeholder. Now, brothers, when we talk about stakeholders, there are a lot
Serena,
of people.
can I just stop you there for a minute? I just want to bring Mohammed into the discussion as well. Mohammed, obviously representing the traders, and from what Serena is saying, and we'll get into some of the details with regard to the project. And I'm just hearing now that we're looking at a project that's going to last for a year at the very least. And I see Mulalo Makopa has joined us as well. Good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Morning to you too. How are you?
Yes, very well, thanks. And you?
Thank you.
Right. Now, Mohammed, let's just look at it from your perspective and looking at it from the Lenasia Business Forum's perspective in terms of how you see this development and, what are some of the likely impacts or consequences for the Business Forum?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. To start, and Jazakallah to Zarina for bringing us up to date with the processes that took place and for diffusing the situation, a rather heated situation yesterday as well. And yes, we did have a nice meeting thereafter where all stakeholders that were present were represented. In a nutshell, basically, yes, as a Lenasia Business Forum, as Lenasia stakeholders, we all welcome any investment, etc., that comes into our area. We must state that emphatically that we welcome any investment, any budget that is allocated to Lenasia that comes into our area.
Mohammed, I think we're just losing you a bit every now and then. I'm not too sure whether your mic, if you could just see if you can't make an adjustment, please.
Okay, I'm going to try something on my mic.
That's better. That's much better. I can hear you quite clearly now.
Jazakallah. So let me reiterate that we welcome as a Lenasia Business Forum and Lenasia stakeholders any investment, any budget that is allocated by the city of Johannesburg to Lenasia. The main factor that we are worried, a little bit concerned about, is the lack of consultation. Now, I know that we had COVID this year, but this project has been in the running for the past 2 years. We know that the original decision was to do the taxi rank upgrade while still operating the taxi rank from the current premises. There was a subsequent decision taken, and it was that the relocation should take place. And that was necessitated because of concerns over security and over basically site management and concerns for safety for people that are in that area as well. Unfortunately, no consultations took place with the stakeholders in Lenasia, and that has brought us to the current situation that we find ourselves in. Going forward, we know that the impact of having the current station and the impact of the crime and the grime, etc., that's happening in that area, it's become a hotspot for crime, and it's not what it was meant to be once it started out around 2011, 2012. The new taxi rank upgrade will be welcomed, and we hope that all stakeholders take an interest in it and will definitely be there to ensure that there's no crime, no grime. It becomes an area that people can walk into freely and safely, and that's what we want to encourage as well. The Jamia situation is that the shopkeepers, the residents that are living there, were very concerned about this movement without any consultation, based on the fact that if the taxi rank does move there, if the informal traders do move there, what type of compliance has taken place with regards to the movement. Have they seen to ablution facilities? Have they seen to sufficient water? Has fire, etc., regulations been adhered to? So if you understand, if there are containers being put out there, it's welcoming to the traders. Where exactly are the containers to be situated? Have they thought this process through? If a fire breaks out, and Allah forbid that happens, but what are the repercussions? Have safety regulations been adhered to? Are there sufficient ablution facilities for now 50 informal traders, plus taxi commuters, plus the taxi owners themselves or the drivers, as well as a community that will be coming into that area? Is there sufficient water for that area as well? What about the situation with regards to crime and grime in that area as well? So these are the concerns that were being highlighted. This is what the JDA has been brought to a meeting to try and rectify with us and to explain it to us. And going forward, yes, we do not want to stop the project. It was being practically stated there's nobody trying to stop the project, but rather we want to facilitate the facility, but the proper processes and compliances have to be adhered to. That I must state is extremely important for everybody, all stakeholders of the sector.
Yes, shukran for that, Mohammed. We're going to go for a quick break, and Mulalo, I'm going to bring you in after the ad break, and I just want your thoughts representing the informal traders.
Less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, yet many children go to school hungry because of poverty. Penny Appeal's Breakfast Club aim to get a warm, hearty meal to underprivileged children so they can spend the day prospering in their schoolwork. Help feed a needy learner by visiting our website on www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573 to find out how you can donate. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
The time is just gone 8:33 a.m. We continue our discussion this morning, and we have got Zarina Mutala, Muhammad Saleji, and we're also now going to be joined by Mulalo Makopa, and this comes against the background of the informal traders who are being relocated in Lenasia. Now, there are a number of issues that have been raised. We have heard some of the thinking behind this move by Zarina Mutala, but also the concerns that Muhammad Saleji has raised. And just to get the some sort of an idea as to what the informal traders are thinking surrounding this move and this relocation. Mulalo, good morning to you, and welcome once again. And I just want, I've heard that obviously this move is going to work out in favor of the informal traders, and although it is a temporary move that could possibly last for a year, what are your thoughts?
Good morning to you too, Mr. Inayet. I just want to correct you on the informal traders. Actually, I'm representing the Ward 9 community. I'm not
Okay.
representing
I'm sorry
the
for that. My apologies. Okay. Continue.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for having me in your show. First and foremost, us as a community of Ward 9, yesterday when we came, we were not coming to cause a scene or to fight. We got nothing against the business forum people. We also want the development. We also welcome actually the development of the taxi rank because it affects us all. And as a community, we need employment as a community. We got also a lot of crimes that we are also experiencing in our community because of lack of employment. So as the project came in, we were so happy. But then the problem also we faced as a community is the communication problem. Because remember, when the project comes in, it's the job of the councillor to come and inform the community. But we were never informed as a community. We just find out like from hearsay, people talking about the project here, people submitted, and the community didn't know about that. So we had to go and fight. Our councillor, our former councillor, Kishore Badal, never did we felt that he failed us as a community, because what he was supposed to do is to call us as a community, let us know about the project coming in, and he never did that. So what Mr. Mohammed is saying, I support him, because also on our side as a community, we felt there was never a right communication. So regarding also the issue of yesterday, we came in there, we were frustrated, we angry because of what has been happening with this project from the start. This project, there was never a good communication. I don't know if I can speak you with my language. I'm Benda.
No, it's fine. No,
But
no, no. I understand.
I want to express myself better.
I think obviously, you've obviously made your thoughts, your feelings known quite clearly, and don't worry about Venda, and don't worry about the language. Really, you've come across very, very well. Zarina, just to come through, and obviously both Mulalo and Mohammed have raised concerns with regards to communication, and it does appear that this was a problem. But I think more importantly, now that the project is going to get all going, and I think some of the key issues that Mohammed has raised, these are critical issues in terms of making sure that the infrastructure, the facilities that are going to be made available to the informal traders is going to obviously be sufficient, and it's not going to create further problems down the line.
Okay, Inayat, I think the main thing here is the lack of consultation. I think that's been recognized by all stakeholders. And I think JDA, in very good faith, admitted to the lack of consultation and did apologize to the meeting yesterday, which I think we all took in good faith. As far as communication, we all know the councillor design. So in the absence of a councillor disseminating information to the constituency of Ward 9 has been extremely difficult, because you don't have anything like an acting councillor. I'm deployed here to the region, and I really know I do the best that I can. There was a councillor put in by the DA to oversee any work or any service delivery. Councillor Peter Rafferty from the DA was put in the absence of Councillor Kishore Badal. However, Councillor Rafferty is also resigned from the DA, so it left a further gap. Then Councillor Noorbai was brought in, and I'm not so sure if he was even consulted or attended any meetings. But however, in the absence of all that and mentioning all that, I want to say, let's just move forward. Malalo, I think you and the community, the entire constituency of Ward 9, not only Extension 13, are calling for employment, and people are hungry. There's a poverty, there's inequality, there's no job opportunities. And I think all these must be raised with the contractors that are on site and not everybody else that's there. Okay, and I think we all know in IT, and I want to say to Sister Mulalo and to Brother Muhammad, councillors do not get involved and should not even enter the terrain of employment. It's a very sensitive issue. We do not get involved. Okay, and I think we all know the reasons behind all that. But going forward, I think you're asking for a lose and a win. I think it's a win-win for everybody. What I would like out of this discussion today with JDA is that the people that live in the area of Jamia, whether it's the masjid community, the people that live at the flats and the business owners, the containers should actually be, I mean, all those are just everything to do with logistics. But people must say what is going to be the best while they are going to be moved to that area. Health risk compliance is extremely important in the city of Joburg. And I really am of the view that the project manager, including the CLO, and the contractors on site, and the consultant that's been appointed by JDA, this is the top of the agenda. There should be no inconvenience. And if anything, bylaw enforcement must work. It must make it a pleasant experience for this relocation site. So everybody needs to be consulted, and what needs to be done is what's going to be best for people that drive in the area, people that live in the area, and people that are going to be working in the area. So it's extremely important for everybody. And as I said earlier, I'm aware of a meeting with the regional director and senior management of the Johannesburg Development Agency. And I think from there, there's going to be more extensive consultation with all stakeholders. Now, who are stakeholders? And I think that's extremely important to actually note. Who are the stakeholders? It's for the people that are directly involved in this project and affected. So that's something that we all need to recognize. And really, I think we're asking for tolerance, peace, and harmony in this project. It's going to be a long term. Let's all just really work together for the betterment of this entire community and its constituency, for the people that come in from this entire region. We have people coming from Orange Farm, from Finetown, from Kliptown. It has to be a pleasant experience for everybody. This is what Lenasia is really all about. It is a hub. And there are phases to this project. So if this goes off well, can you imagine the CBD being created into the economic hub that we all expect, and to make it an extremely pleasant experience for the people
Zarina,
that
yes. Definitely, but I think we obviously have got time limitations here on the interview. But Mohammed, I think just listening to what Zarina is saying, and you've raised the issues with regards to logistics and making absolutely sure logistics are in place. And I suppose looking at it from the traders' perspective or the business forum perspective, enforcement and implementation of bylaws absolutely crucial, so it doesn't negatively affect on the LBF.
Agreed and concurred. Yes, it's very important for bylaws to be enforced. And we know the enforcement agencies should be out and about. They normally come to our normal formal traders in the area, and everybody has to comply. And that is a requirement by law for the city of Johannesburg for compliance. The same will apply to the informal traders. And if the relocation, as we just discussed, is done by the JDA, then they have to ensure that the compliance is adhered to as well. Nobody is above the law. We all have to work within the ambits and parameters of the law, and we all have to comply, and that is for the benefit of the community as a whole. And yes, this is phase one of 4 phases with regard to this project. I think the budget is around 39 million rands, and hopefully, inshallah, there'll be more budgets coming into the Lenasia area. We need to look at the level crossing. We need to look at the situation of parks. We need to look at possibly further extending the business community. We've got hub areas like Thamesbok Avenue. We've got Rose Avenue. So there's a lot of discussion that happens behind the scenes with relevant stakeholders at the city of Johannesburg, at the council offices, and we are definitely making inroads, and inshallah, hopefully, we'll see a benefit for Lenasia where development will take place, where there'll be a growth in Lenasia, which will benefit the entire community of Lenasia and all surrounding communities. We always say that Lenasia is a hub. Lenasia is the most important economic hub in Region G. Region G is the poorest of communities in the entire city of Johannesburg, and if you want anything from a needle to a coffin, you can get it in Lenasia. And we want to uphold that as traders in Malaysia as well.
Well, shukran for that, Mohammed. And Mulalo, just for you to come into the discussion as well. And I know you raised the issues surrounding opportunities, job opportunities. But also, I think listening to both what Zarina and Mohammed is saying, whatever happens at the end of the day, it must not lead to a chaotic situation that is going to be completely out of control. And as Zarina said, a win-win situation for everybody. So whether it's the traders, whether it's the informal traders, and also in terms of just shoppers and people who are seeking opportunities, it's got to be a win-win situation for them as well.
Yes, I support what Serena is saying. And I also want to comment on the issue of when she says the councillors are not involved with the project. But we had a problem as a community from the beginning because that project, when it comes in, they said it's 100% Ward 9 project. But our councillor involved Ward 8 and Ward 10. And we had to fight as a community because our community, there are a lot of people who are not working. And even before, we've been experiencing the same problem. Projects are coming in our ward, and not our community is not benefiting. We only see people from the outside, from other wards, that are coming to work in our wards while we are here. So that angers the community. It frustrates the community. So this is going to be the first project that the community is going to benefit. Ward 9. So that's what we were fighting for. Remember, all the developments when they come to our ward, we should be the first priority. And now, coming but you see, an angry community, they're coming because of the frustrations of how things have been handled. So regarding the issue of yesterday, we felt as a community that I'm just referring this to Mr. Mohammed. We got nothing against the LPF. When we came in yesterday, we're not coming to cause a scene. We just didn't understand. We thought you guys didn't want the containers to come in. So because the project has been delayed, it's been behind. People are frustrated. They want to start working. Look, now we are approaching December. They don't have money to go buy their children their clothes and food. But then when the container comes in, people were very excited. Then now we are getting, maybe we're misinformed. We just misunderstood that you guys maybe don't want the containers to come in, because as soon as the containers are in, then the project can start. But then we understand from our yesterday meeting, we had an understanding. So as Serena is saying, we want a win-win situation. The project must go on. The JDA must do its job, and then we can move on. Because all we want is just for the project to go on, and then it's a win-win situation for all of us. We need an upgrade. And I was even suggesting they should have made it look like pre-station because it was going to look nicer. Thank you.
Well, Mulalo, thank you for that. And also to you, Zarina, and to Mohammed Saleji. I wish we had more time, but I think we have got a good overview as to what has actually transpired. And obviously, we will follow developments as they proceed over a period of time. But for now, we thank each one of you, to you, Zarina, Mohammed, and to Mulalo, for your time with us this morning on Salam Media and coming on and talking with us. All the best to you people, and please be safe.
Jazakallah, and thank you, Mr. Mulalo and Brother Muhammad for having us on your show.
Well, that brings us straight on to 12 minutes to 9, and we are going to take a look at the American elections. We are the final debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden had taken place in the early hours of this morning. We'll be talking with Brooks Spector when we come back after this.